The 2020 Inglis Chairman's Sale followed on from the outstanding success of the Inglis Easter Yearling Sale, with highly credentialed broodmares and race fillies finding new homes. At the conclusion of the sale, I caught up with Inglis Managing Director Mark Webster, and even though there were no horses and humans in numbers here at Riverside, it was still great to see the theatre involved in selling these blue hen mares.
Salo, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2020 Inglis Chairman's Sale, of course, conducted in our virtual sale ring here at Riverside.
Mark, congratulations. I mean, it's been a fantastic, again, afternoon of theatre here with the Inglis Chairman's Sale, because, these horses are, the next generation of champions they're going to produce, and you can see a huge demand for them.
Yeah, that's right. We saw that last year, that, some of the top lots last year have already produced, or the mares that we sold have produced 3 Group 1 winners since last year's sale. And this is very much an elite sale, selling, the best stock we have to, the best breeders around the world. And that was very much reflected in the results today. And I think we're also seeing that very top end of the market is quite resilient, even in tough economic conditions.
Are you surprised the number of $1 million lots again this year?
Well, I thought there'd be 4. We had 4 last year, and going into today, I thought there'd be 4, but I didn't think the 4 would necessarily smash past the $1 million mark so strongly. 2 million, 1.8, 1.6. I thought we'd get 4, maybe just fall over the line, just over the $1 million mark, but those that went through $1 million seemed to smash right through it and keep going. Which was interesting to see so much competition at that 7-figure mark.
And huge international interest, of course. Katsumi Yoshida, it's a great tick for what the industry does here, and also obviously, for the sale itself. But to be buying a couple of mares, to go back to Japan, because it is, ours is a pretty good industry, but the Japanese breeding model is just one of the best in the world.
Yeah, that's right. And Katsumi Yoshida and his family, they are best breeders in the world, certainly in Japan, and they like to import bloodlines into their market that they don't have. Obviously in Japan, they're probably better known for producing middle distance staying horses. And so from here, they've been buying a lot of speed horses to just to add to the gene pool there in Japan. And we're very grateful that Katsumi was a supporter of the sale.
I sell her for $2 million. She goes done. Thank you, Newgate Farm. Thank you very much, team.
Well, we started off, obviously, the top lot, $2 million for In Her Time. Not really surprised in a lot of ways, given her racetrack performance, a dual Group 1 winner. But, a great result for Newgate Farm. And this is the important time. They have so many stallions on their roster to be buying up the new breed of mares, to be going to a number of their different stallions.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, she sold incredibly well. I mean, obviously she was a very fast horse. But her family keeps improving. There's a lot of depth in the family. Last year's Everest winner, Yes, has popped up in their family. So it keeps improving, and I guess that makes it more commercial. And I've got no doubt she'll be mated to the best stallion that they can put in front of her, and I look forward to selling her progeny at Easter in the future.
I sell her on the phone against you online at $1,800,000. I sell done. At $1,800,000. Thank you, Sebastian. Tom Magnaby for $1.8 million. Thank you very much, Tom. You've bought a queen of a mare.
And of course, the topical stallions as well. We know Samar Reddy, she was a Blue Diamond Moya Stakes winner. But in foal to Snitzel, she's already produced Exhilarates, who was a top 2-year-old, obviously, and went on at 3 as well. And it was interesting, bought by Tom Magnier and Coolmore for $1.8 million. But, the point that Das made during the whole selling process as well was, she could be carrying a sale topping yearling, and that's what, for a lot of the commercial farms, they're looking for her going onwards to go to Justify, but for what is inside her now, that could well be back here, as a yearling.
Yeah, 100%. And, being a full relation that she's carrying to such a good 2-year-old as Exhilarates, it is possible, if it is a nice yearling, that they could get out in one foal. I mean, this is silly. I mean, $1.8 million sounds like a lot of money, and I guess it is in anyone's language. But it is possible, noting certainly at the Easter sale, what we've seen in the past, where we've been selling yearlings regularly over $2 million, that if the right one is produced, they could certainly get out at one.
I sell her at 1.6 million. Last chance. Done. At $1,600,000. Thank you very much. Tom Magna board. Thank you very much, Tom Magna buys.
And Booker, again, a lovely young mare, an Oakley Plate winner. And, you know, so much of this, you know, there are precedences that are set. Noonday, the dam was sold for $600,000 through Inglis Chairman's last year. But for Tom Magna buying her, she's by Written Tycoon, who's now, you know, graduated to being in the Hunter Valley, $77,000 in the partnership with Woodside and Arrowfield Stud. But, you know, it was interesting watching that bidding, you know, just gradually, incrementally managed to get up there to the 1.6.
Yes, that's right. And obviously being by Written Tycoon, that provides a lot of options. You know, with Coolmore, I don't think they have a stallion by Written Tycoon at this point in time.
Yeah.
So, you know, they can pick and choose from the stallions that they do have for that particular mare. And with her being so fast, that makes it even easier to mate her.
I sell her out for 1.4 million. Online buys are Mr. Katsumi Yoshida. Thank you very much. You bought yourself a beautiful mare, and I wish you all the best of luck with her.
And of course, young stars, so great for Arthur, Inglis, and you know, the whole family to be involved with the Coolmans as well, with young star. You know, the first bid, right from the, you know, the confusion about the first bid, just suddenly jumping to $1 million for Katsumi Yoshida. And what a fabulous mare to represent Australia, to be going to Japan.
Yeah, obviously delighted. I mean, she's an Oaks winner. Katsumi's generally bought the speed mares to take back to Japan because they've got a lot of that middle distance staying blood up there. So it's interesting that in this case they have bought an Oaks winner to take back to Japan. So he's obviously got a plan in mind with her. Yeah, but very, very happy. And I think we had a good Chinese client of ours as the underbidder there, bidding to our Chinese representative on the telephone whilst he's flying back to China. So it just goes to show just how global we are when you've got one person bidding while they're at 40,000 feet, somewhere between here and China over the phone, and the other person sitting on their computer back in Japan, and they're going head to head here in our sales arena. So quite bizarre.
Well, we did get some shots of the Bloodstock team at work too, and it really was, you know, how did you see it all operating? We had kind of, well, not really a practice run, but we obviously had the hugely complex Inglis Easter yearling sale, but it seemed to just work very smoothly. Everyone sort of understood how it was all going to work down there today.
Yeah, certainly a lot less stress today. Everybody knew what they had to do. The format was proven. You know, this coverage here, from what I've seen, has gone very well throughout the course of the sale. Yeah, so look, we've got the format nailed down. As I said earlier, the clearance rate for this type of format is always going to be more challenging than a sale when everybody's assembled. And that comes down to the fact that you know, all the mares that were presented at the sale here today have had to be inspected on farms. Not everyone's had the ability to travel. Some people are overseas or interstate, they can't travel. So there's a lot of reliance on technology, on other people being the eyes for them. So we do the best we can with that, and maybe over time, if we had to do this format on an ongoing basis, that would improve. But noting the sort of maturity that we have at the moment with this format, I think we're going really well. And we've got some clients that are very understanding of that.
I wonder, is there a way, would you look now, you've done two of these sales, that, you know, if some people didn't want to travel the mares, obviously it's early enough in the gestation of the mare that it's not really late in the, you know, when they're close to foaling, but is it something you might look at to allow people to sell from on-farm, not necessarily bring the horses to Riverside? Yeah,
look, I think so. Obviously with Inglis Digital, we're doing that all the time now. We had a sale last week of that kind, which set a new record. So we're doing more of it. Whether we would do more of it sort of at the elite or select sales, level for the major sales, I think that's something that will evolve over time. I've got no doubt that technology is just going to continue to be more and more important. Technology of the bidding process, but also the technology around videography, the quality of that, the more transparency that the vendors are, you know, about the product they're selling, the more confident the buyers are, whether it's good or bad. They just want to know anything about that horse, including faults, and that gives them more confidence.
So closing thoughts on Chairman's 2020?
Yeah, fantastic sale for the times that we're in. I would always like the clearance rate to be stronger than it is, and by the time this goes to where, I'm sure that we would have sold another 10 or so and we'll be in great shape.